Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Mr. Bad May here with another free mod update for you guys. This time focused on 1.58. Yeah. As we go into March, forgive my delay on this, but as you guys know, 1.58 just launched last month. Things have been a little bit rocky, and on several fronts, everything from engines to sounds to transmissions to graphics, uh, trucks, etc. I mean, everything's kind of been impacted with this latest update, so it's taken a little bit of time to work the bugs out. Um, but nonetheless, uh, I've come up with a list that's pretty good for playing a 1.58, including maps, a couple of, well, I should say at least a truck from the Steam Workshop that's free, and it's been a lot of fun to play. Um, so yeah, with that said, just let's jump into it. I'll go ahead and go to drive here. So this is kind of what we're looking at in 158. Again, this is all these mods in this profile are all free. I don't even have any of my paid trucks in this. The graphics are from Steam Workshop. The truck I'm driving here is Harvin Smack R from Steam Workshop. Uh, so again, everything here is free. Uh, the game can look just like mine if you wish. Again, it doesn't cost a dollar. Um, with that said, let's just kind of jump into what I'm running here. I did create a spreadsheet like I usually do for you guys. Forgive the flashbang there. Let me see if I can get this off my face. There's links here to everything, but I'm going to kind of slide them off the screen here. Uh, so the camera mod, go there. The camera mod here, it just allows you to have free room in your build menus to kind of go where you wish, see all your dots if you're building out custom trucks, things like that. It also gives you a little bit more zoomed out view of your truck if you're in third person or if you're trying to park using third person. The reason I threw this in here this time around and not prior is in 158 SCS did zoom in on the cameras quite a bit on the truck, and the camera mod just gives you a little bit more freedom to move around as needed. The next one here is the default advisor, not add vibe, whatever that is. Um, so as you guys may know, 1.58 did bring a new UI with it. For better or worse, we did get a new UI. The bottom left, if you don't touch your UI, the bottom left has a speedometer in it. I think this is geared up towards console players that might be coming sooner than we think. If I learn anything, I'll let you guys know. But my guess on that front, console wise, is probably summer. Again, I don't have any definite answer. I don't know any insider news or anything like that. Probably summer is my best guess, though. Sound fixes, as always, is a solid pack. It's been updated a couple of different times since 1.58 came out. So this version may or may not be accurate by the time you see the video, but the link will take you to the latest version. Interior soundproofing, again, this is from Slough Jerry. He always does a great job making sure you don't go deaf riding your trucks with custom engines. Morgan Freeman, again, it's my go-to route advisor. You'll see it month over month. I have both of my engine packs in here. So this is my more realistic engine pack. This is kind of all of these engines are kind of geared towards peak performance of a base game. So nothing is game breaking in this pack. My E-Tech pack here, though, this one is for me, anyways. It's a little bit more on the fun side. It's not in the realm of realistic with the base game stuff. That said, it's not giving you 100,000 horsepower or anything like that, but you definitely have more get up and go with this pack. So if you're interested, it is out on Steam Workshop. You can download either one or both here, and just have fun with it. Both packs sound amazing. Um, my VTC's been using them for quite some time now. I use my VTC as my guinea pigs, and I pit them through rigorous testing. So you guys can thank the VTC for that. And then also, let me let's see. All right. No slippy tires, real tire mod. There's a couple of tires in this pack that increase your grip. Be careful with this pack, not because it's going to do anything bad, but uh, no more slippy tires. I've looked into it, I've dissected it. The tires that you want to run in that pack, maybe I can just show you guys here in game. Let me minimize this real quick so you can see. So if I just come into any truck, no matter which one, we're just looking at tires. So if I come in here, as an example, these will not have the grip because these are base tires. But if you go to Goodyear Ultra, so anything that's Goodyear Ultra grip, whether it's the WTS or the Grip Max, would have increased traction using that mod. If you use the others, mileage will vary substantially. I highly recommend these, as does the mod creator, simply because honestly, they're the ones he most impacted with the grip. And that's after I went in and looked at the files. So take my word for it. Run one of these tires. Front and back is the same thing. And you'll notice that you're not sliding all over the road anymore when it's raining. I test them in Alaska. If you guys had the paid Alaska map, they don't do a whole lot up there. But if you're talking about regular rain, you'll notice a substantial difference. Real tires mod, that's just where those other tires come from. You've got to run those two together or else you will crash. Better raindrops, I run that in conjunction with realistic rain. The reason I run better raindrops in conjunction is the realistic rain and water from Cass. It sounds nice. The thunder sounds nice. The road spray from the cars looks nice. The rain is a little bit too big. The raindrops, I should say. And they kinda look like slush to me. Right, we're coming out of winter, going into fall, or going into spring. Um, so if you wanna see slush in your windshield, you could run just this. If you prefer proper rain, I would run it like this in conjunction, and make sure better raindrops is above that in the priority list. Um I'm not running JBX currently. I'm having some issues. I think JBX needs to have an update. But for now, I am running the Weather 3.6 add-on new lighting along with Weather 3.6. I'm not running a native graphics mod currently. Any graphic improvement you see in my game is simply from weather. So I highly recommend those. It's been really good. It runs really smooth. I'm not getting any kind of like texture errors or anything like that in my log, which is abnormal for me. Normally, running JVX or realistic graphics or something like that, I will get errors. The mods are just plugged with them. But these 2 have been very, very clean. So hats off to the creator there. Realistic physics, again, I run that pretty much as a staple in the list, as is the realistic mirror FOV. There's my headlight pack. This is out on Truckee Mods. So if you've seen any one of my live streams with my red, green, blue, pink, teal lights, or even just LEDs, anything you see me driving will have my headlight pack in it. Uh, People seem to love it. So if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend you do so. Go on out there and download it and check it out. Realistic light mods. This is just adding better flares and stuff to AI lights. JV's light pack. This one's kind of optional. If you're looking for lights, this is a decent pack. Another really good pack that I highly recommend. It's not in here because it's not technically free. Is KSW's light pack. If you can get your hands on that, it's very very good. Um, I have it. Um, I've paid for it, supported him. It is a paid mod, but I know a lot of people have gotten it from elsewhere. I won't get into all that, but if you get your hands on KSW's light pack, it is very good. Um, Top corner F2 mirrors, that just allows my mirrors if I exit out of here. Let me minimize this so you guys can see. The mirrors, simply put it in the top left and right hand corner. Uh, so that's what that's doing. Real world signs logos, obviously adding real companies to advertisements, things like that. And then real companies here, gas stations, billboards. This also adds in real company trailers and things, which is why you don't see the Cecil trailer pack. I had problems with that. Cecil's a great modder, but I think he's got bigger fish to fry, right? He's working with SES, and he's got bigger fish to fry. So I'll let him do his day job, and then I will trust this other guy with the trailers and things. Interior cabin lights. I've always used this since I started. This gives you that red, green, pink, or blue glow on the inside of your trucks, especially base trucks. So it's a nice little add-on. And then we got some accessory parts here. Use what you like, I would say, from these packs, but these are the ones I've used and have currently in my load. And as the accessory parts for SES trucks, the LT accessories. So if you drive the International LT, this would be a good one. The Anthem 8x6 obviously only packs the Anthem. I'm a big Anthem and Mac R fan. I've been driving both. Again, the 8x6 is up my alley. And then we're getting into the map mod. So the map mods that I have verified are working, and I am running for my VTC on a server for convoys, and everything's working fine. In 1.57, as you guys may know if you caught that previous video, Texas and California did not work. Right? They caused crash to desktop. Now, the reason they didn't work, and this is a little bit technical, so I'll go through this quickly. The Texas and California did not work in 1.57 because in 1.57, when you created a convoy, it compressed the map. That's typical. That's what's supposed to happen. In 1.58, SES, either to their knowledge or not to their knowledge, stopped compressing convoys. This is good and bad. If you're like me and you're trucking for points and miles and that kind of stuff, it hurt convoy in 1.58 because now it pulls miles out of your job, but the jobs take just as long because you are physically driving the same distance in convoy as you do solo. The game is just counting less miles. That's an SES issue. That's not a trucky issue, but just be aware that's what's happening. Now, if you don't do any of that, if you're just driving, it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Point is, Texas and California now work for better or worse, and they work because the compression is gone. That said, this is the load order I recommend. This comes from Steam Workshop, this map that just gives you a better visual of the map UI. And then if you're running convoys, there is a ProMods def for convoys out on Steam Workshop. That's where you would download that one. If you're playing solo, just get the one from promods.net and you'll be good to go. After the def goes the map, the models, the assets, and then these more American cities. You can actually load them in any particular order you wish. I've just kind of done it based on geography. From south to north is kind of what I went for, roughly, and also borders. But anyways, you can do them in any order. That is one of the beauties of more American cities. And then lastly, because this does come up quite a bit on my map, let me minimize this. On my map, if I look at it, you'll notice I have like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. It goes all the way up into Maine, right? And at one point I did have what is it, Ontario and Quebec and all that stuff. I haven't put that in yet. That was up here would be DNA and stuff. I don't think it's quite ready. But if you're interested in the East Coast, the mod you're going to be looking for is Coast to Coast. Here's a link to it. Go out and get the latest version. I say it's optional because they do have speed limit issues. Again, if you're not driving like I do, you're not doing trucky, you're not doing hardcore. If you're not doing any of that, speed limits don't really matter. If you are doing hardcore, I recommend anytime you leave the base game, right? Let's say you're leaving Iowa, you're headed into coast to coast. Get in the shoulder, drop your speed limit, get back on the road, and make sure the speed limit that shows in your GPS is actually updated and true. Coast to Coast has a habit of telling you that the speed limit is one thing, but it's actually another. Right? You could be seeing 75, but you leave you leave the road, get on the shoulder, let the speed limit drop, get back on the road, and now all of a sudden speed limit 65, right? So had you not checked the speed limit, you would have been speeding, and that's not good when you're doing hardcore trucking. So yeah, just keep doing speed checks for coast to coast, and you'll be just fine. Um, that's pretty much the list for the best. Well, my not the best, I guess, but my recommended free mod list for is the end of February. So let's just call this one March. By the time you guys see this video, it will probably be March. And then if I hear anything regarding the upcoming console release or the upcoming Illinois release, I will let you guys know. This guy keeps honking at me. How rude. Um, oh, and then lastly, of course, I did have Harvin's Mac R in the list. I've been driving this truck around. It is a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Obviously, I've custom painted it. I do have my driving academy dog over there. Um, yeah, it's been a lot of fun to drive. My engine pack does add engines to this truck. So if you want to keep it OG, just use what's in Harvin's. Just use the engines that come with Harvin's Mac R if you want to keep it authentic. If you want to have a little bit more fun, get a little bit crazy with it, fit my engine mod in and go to town. I had this thing popping wheelies and all kind of stuff. I mean, the VTC's having a blast with this truck. So if you want to do any of that, make sure you do hit up my engine mod, and you can thank me later. But all right, guys, I'm not going to ramble on here. I hope this has helped some of you, and keep on trucking, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.